Доброго дня, привіт. Сьогодні ми продовжуємо грати в Hogwarts Legacy. Так, трішки знову пограв без тебе. Ось поміняв маленький імідж. Такий у нас хлопчина. Також вивчив нове закляття. Ось експлярмус. Щоб забрати зброю у противника. Воно мені більше подобається, чим це огняне. Тому що огняне якесь тільки на коротку відстань. Так. І продовжуємо далі. Поговоримо з картиною.
You wanted to see me, sir?
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself. So few students know who I am these days. Eldridge Diggory, former Minister for Magic and founder of the Aura recruitment program at your service. I believe you can help solve a decades-old murder, thanks to that book you found, and, in particular, its missing pages.
How do you know about the book and the pages?
We portraits hear more than you might suspect, and most of us can keep a secret. So, what say you? Surely a Hufflepuff such as yourself would be inclined to help seek long overdue justice.
Давайте, справедливість буде.
Whatever I can.
Wonderful. I am pleased to have been right about you. My great niece, Helen Thistlewood, can provide you with details. She's retired now, but was a skilled aura in her day. And the unsolved murder of which I speak was her case. I often visit my portrait in her home, in the nearby hamlet of Upper Hogsfield. Shall I tell her to expect you?
Давайте розпитаємося, таке ми вбивство будемо розгадувати.
Solve an old case.
A boy disappeared with those pages, but they never found the body. A girl was convicted of his murder nonetheless. It seems those pages could exonerate her somehow. My great niece can tell you more.
Тобто хтось, якась дівчина вже 10 років сидить
Tell me more about
за
your
вбивство,
great
яке не
niece.
зробила.
Cream of the crop when it comes to auras. A star pupil here, and then an exemplary servant to the ministry. And her spark hasn't diminished one bit in her retirement. She and I often chat about old cases and our glory days. No offense, but it's nice to get away from the students and converse with someone who's familiar with my legacy.
Legacy.
When were you the Minister for Magic?
Over 100 years ago. 1733 to 1747, to be precise. The stories I could tell you. Didn't have the chance to do all that I could. I was in the midst of reforming Azkaban when my life was cut short by dragon pox. I was sneezing sparks to the bitter end.
Прикольно.
I shall go and see her right away.
Brilliant. With what I suspect is your knack for hard work and her keen mind, both mysteries may be solved sooner than you think. I shall see you there soon, I hope.
Давайте. Полетіли до неї. Йой, вона десь далеко. Так. Давай сюди. І будемо бігти. Більше нам нічого не залишається. Нам би якийсь спосіб поїздок.
Hogsmeade, here I come.
Я правильно розумію? Нам
Revelio.
Ой, не то.
Accio.
Нам зараз приходиться всюди бігати пішком. А ось як ми все дослідимо, Відкриємо швидкі переміщення. Колодязь, дякую. Як ми все дослідимо, будемо знати всі переміщення, тоді нам дадуть якогось звірка. Все вірно? І мітлу. І ми такі. Ну да, зараз так точно ми будемо. Да. Там ще ж літає. Розлітались тут. Трошки пролаги, ну нормально. Ой, трохи ближче потрібно. Так розумію, потім ми там будемо літати. Прикольно. Такі великі гарбузи. Цікаво. Поганий шарф. Ну, продамо його зато. Зато буде 100 копійочка. А як під каменем? Нормально. Ще сундучок. Погана шляпа. Ну, колись там це пригодиться, я думаю. Побігли по справам. Ой, ми вже перше прийшли. Зробимо котел. Ой, тут завдання є додаткові. Ой, ти. Ой, що там? Ще щось. Потім, якщо потрібно буде... О, непогана якась шляпа. Все ніби забрали. Давай поговоримо тепер.
Madam Thistlewood, I met your great uncle in his portrait in my common room. He sent me to speak to you.
I'm pleased you came. Uncle Eldridge Church believes the book you found and its missing pages may be relevant to an unsolved case from my time as an aura.
Very well. I'm listening.
Decades ago, a student named Richard Jackdaw disappeared after going to meet a girl named Anne. They never found his body. When his headless ghost appeared briefly in Hogsmeade, wholly unaware of how he died, Anne was convicted of his murder and sent to Azkaban. It was in large part due to the testimony of a girl called Apollonia Black.
Щось знайоме.
Anne, I think.
That sounds terrible, but I'm not sure how I can help.
Anne's alibi was somewhat labyrinthine. She said Jackdaw promised her adventure following a map he found on some pages he'd stolen from Peeves.
And you think Peeves ripped those pages from the book I found in the restricted section?
If my great-uncle is to be believed, yes. At least that's what the portraits at Hogwarts suspect. Anne insisted that Jackdaw had asked her to follow the map with him, but only after she solved a series of puzzles he'd prepared.
Будемо гадати загадки.
To woo a girl? She swears she never even solved the first puzzle, so they didn't meet. Jackdaw's ghost vanished almost as soon as he appeared. Without Jackdaw's puzzle, pages, or remains, Anne was sent to Azkaban based solely on Apollonia's spurious testimony.
I don't understand. What can I do to help?
I believe
Розгадай
Anne may have
загадки, да?
solved the first puzzle by now, but after spending time in Azkaban, she's a shadow of her former self. She won't speak to anyone she doesn't trust, and she trusts no one. If you, a
Прикольно.
student with a connection to the pages, like Jackdaw had, spoke to Anne, she might reveal new information.
Я получил АЗКАБАН. Я би оце відповів.
What a horrible story. If you think I can help, I'll come with you.
This is wonderful news. You are to be commended for your kindness and bravery.
Давай, быстріше, полетіли.
Being a retired aura has its benefits. We can apparate right
Так і
to
зробимо.
her.
Давай.
I've escorted ministers, professors, and many others to that blasted place. Never a student, I'll admit, but I will keep you safe.
Давайте
Tell me
подивимо.
more about Apollonia Black.
Wretched, vindictive girl, that one. Apollonia claimed that Anne threatened to kill the boy after he broke her heart. The Black family's power over certain people in the ministry, along with the fact that Anne is Muggle-born, sealed her fate.
Угу.
I'd like to know more about Anne.
That poor soul never was the brightest girl, and that lack of wit proved to be her undoing.
I half suspect Jackdaw and Apollonia were merely toying with her. Who could have known he'd end up dead?
She's not held up well in Azkaban. In some ways, she blames me for not proving her innocence. I'd like to clear her name if we can.
Так, і давай,
You
що
said
ж,
Jackdaw
що
just
з
appeared
при...
briefly, then vanished.
Ага,
Where do you think he went?
що
I have
стало з
no
привидом?
idea. Evidently, he was always a bit restless, going on about adventure. If I had to guess, he tired of Scotland and is somewhere on the other side of the globe by
А
now.
привиди можуть так подорожувати?
Very well. Let's go.
Steady yourself. We'll apparate together. Don't worry, I've never splinched anyone.
Do take care
Порадував.
and tread lightly in that horrible place.
We'll be there in but a moment.
Ми в АЗКАБАНі. Дементори. Ти вони трохи не такі. Вау.
That ought to keep them at bay for now. Though, be aware, you may feel a wave of despair. It will pass.
Thank you for the warning.
This really is a dismal place, but we'll be out of here soon enough. Now follow me.
А ми зможемо вивчити? Патронус. Не зможемо, да? Цікаво.
I never thought I'd see the inside of Azkaban for myself.
Nasty dementors. Not even I could
Не
convince the
можемо
ministry
бігти.
to send them off.
Погано.
There's no need for such monsters.
Це з той Анною. Опа. А де паличка? Ну давай, що?
That witch you're with has a dark cloud over her. I can feel it.
Де моя паличка?
Why torment me further?
Вона там, да?
School's going to believe this.
Now remember, Anne has been here a long time. The Dementors aren't kind. Have patience and speak to her quietly and respectfully.
Це я вмію.
Are you Anne?
Who's there? Who speaks to me? Is that death finally come for me?
Ого.
I'm a student from Hogwarts.
Сказали ж 10 років
Found the
назад.
book that you said would exonerate you.
Ah, the book, the book. No one would look. None of the mages found the pages. Methinks the feckless knave meandered to his cave. My fate was surely sealed in upper Hoggyfield.
Are you saying that the missing pages are in a cave near Upper Hogsfield?
Field, ruins house, a vault concealed.
A vault in some ruins near Upper Hogsfield. I suppose it can't hurt to look.
Can't hurt to look, can't hurt to look. Go find the pages from your book. Helen, know you're here. Come in closer, be a dear.
What is it, Anne?
А як воно так? Жорстко.
You're hurt.
Go. The cave. You're safe now. You have what you need. I'll be all right once I get...
Кажуть, їй капець.
But Madam Thistlewood, All right. I'll find it. I'll find Jackdaw's cave. Revelio.
Ладно. Зараз ми просто йдемо по завданню.
I should investigate.
По.
Revelio.
Вовки, серйозно? Добренько. Даже не прийшлось битись. Цікаво, скільки людей нападало на них перші.
Revelio. This must be the place Anne told me about.
Можливо.
No one's been here for ages.
Ой-ой. Хтось вибив двері. Так.
Incendio. Revelio.
Хм. Так. Я думаю,
Accio. It's no wonder Anne never found that clue. No. How did you do this, Jackdaw?
ага. І що, нам треба всі перепробувати?
Accio.
Він видвинувся.
No, that's not it. It's no wonder Anne never found that clue.
Угу. Опа.
Accio. No. How did you do this, Jackdaw?
Ага, це тобто вони всі окремо.
No, that's not it. Accio. You'll not outfox me, Jackdaw.
Угу.
You couldn't outwit me, Jackdaw.
Чудово.
Where's the clue you left behind?
О. Ти молодець. Тобі вдалося розгадати загадку. В заборонений ліс.
A note from Jackdaw. Anne never found it. So how did he die? Was she to blame at all?
Ну все, пішли.
This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful.
Опа.
Could it be? Has someone solved my puzzle after all these years? Well done indeed. Richard Jackdaw, at your service.
The Richard Jackdaw. I heard you disappeared years ago. You have some explaining to do.
I do? That was my puzzle you solved. What are you doing here?
A retired aura, Helen Thistlewood, told me about a map you stole from Peeves. And then Anne told me about a cave.
You saw Anne? Broke my heart. I had to go on without her. Probably best of her in the end. Dare I ask? How is she?
She was imprisoned in Azkaban for your murder. I fear the Dementors have taken an irreversible toll on her.
What? Azkaban? Oh, poor Anne. I had no idea. thought she'd written me off. I've been traveling the world for years to mend my broken heart. I came back here only recently, on a whim. I must speak to the aura you mentioned and see how I can help Anne.
I'm glad to hear it. Before you go, would I still be able to find the pages with the map Helen mentioned?
I'm almost certain I dropped them in the cave the moment I was beheaded. They're bound to be mouldering away with the rest of me. Tell you what, meet me at the edge of the Forbidden Forest, and I'll show you precisely where to find them.
О, чудово.
If you don't mind me asking, how did you lose your head?
I was having a look about when I suddenly sensed a refreshing breeze, after which I felt, well, lightheaded. That's all I remember.
Легкий звук. Ну-ну.
Hence, if you do find yourself in a cave, be prepared. I can't tell you what for specifically, but you seem a perceptive sort. Beware a light breeze.
Helen mentioned Apollonia Black. Did she set up Anne to take the fall?
Have you never met any members of the Black family? They can be rather vindictive. Once Anne showed an interest in me, Apollonia couldn't let it alone. That her own heart had grown cold simply didn't matter.
How is it possible to steal from Peeves? A poltergeist?
I didn't steal the pages from his ghostly form. I merely found them in his wake of destruction. He has a penchant for wrecking things. Books, bottles, suits of armor, whatever's likely to cause the most chaos. Found them on the floor outside the library where he discarded them. Not my luckiest find, all things considered.
Ну да.
Thank you. I need to find those pages to help a friend.
I shall see you there.
Якби же міг навчитися
Been quite
трансгресувати.
stately in its time.
Ой, на поле. Вони мені дали? Та я вас не трогаю.
Revelio.
А що мені так далеко пилять?
Are we?
Прикольно. Опа, опа. Курочки. Що це за звук? О. Прикольно. Сова.
Revelio.
Як туди можна? А, на місток. Пішли. Хтось тут романтик робив.
Abandoned long ago, no doubt.
Мама, можемо так?
Revelio.
Ладно.
Here I am, as good as my word.
Угу.
We meet again, Richard Jackdaw.
I suppose I shouldn't be surprised to see you. It would take the patience of a Hufflepuff to track down these pages.
Well said. Now, where do we go from here?
Follow me. I shall lead you as far as I can, but I fear I may remain a tad reluctant to revisit the scene of my demise. Keep your eyes open for a bird bath. When you find it, say intramuros. I think it's Latin. Or Greek. As you can imagine, I never paid much attention in school. Shall we?
Давай, веди.
Aside from the bird bath, anything else I should look for?
Indeed. A few landmarks, a stone bridge, a waterfall, and, if I recall, a lake. You'll see.
You've been very
Oh.
helpful. Thank you.
Surprising how much of this is, rather
Revelio.
unfortunately, coming back to me.
По.
Yes. You know, the closer we get, the more I'm remembering. Probably best I leave you to it. Simply stick to the path and keep a sharp eye out for that bird bath. Adieu. Is that Latin? Or Greek?
Поняв. Дякую.
Nothing
Ти
to
дану
do
в мене.
now but keep going. Revelio.
Вовк.
The waterfall. For a thief, Jackdaw's surprisingly as good as his word. Revelio.
А що це таке?
Accio.
Ти боже. Маленьке таке.
Revelio.
Ого. А вони не злі? Добре. Озеро.
Something oddly solemn about this place. Such regal creatures, stags.
Ще один.
There it is. Just as Jackdaw described. Intramuros.
На око похоже.
Aren't you a little far from home?
Renrock knew you'd eventually lead us to whatever it is you're hiding.
Йой.
Expelliarmus.
What an unfortunate disappointment!
Expelliarmus. Accio.
Is that the best you could do?
Ой.
Ooh, this shouldn't take long. break you. That was pitiful. I won't rest
No risk those loyalists will report back to Ranrock now. Let's see where Jackdaw has led me.
Жах, напалується на мене. Так. Ми зайшли в гробницю. Я думаю, на цьому можна зупинитись. І продовжимо в наступній частині. Дякую за перегляд. Підписуйтесь, ставте лайки, коментуйте.